Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with PK, and today we're going to be making fried chicken. Now, if this is your first time making fried chicken, don't worry guys, as long as you follow these steps, I'm sure your fried chicken is going to taste really good. So next we're going to go to the ingredients. So for our ingredients today, we're going to be using black pepper, sea salt, chili powder, mixed herbs, paprika, garlic granules, meat seasoning, plain flour, and 1 large egg. So all of these ingredients I've used to marinate my chicken, with the exception to the mixed herbs, and we're going to use this later on to make our batter that we're going to fry our chicken in. So get your ingredients ready guys, and let's get ready to cook. I've just taken my chicken out of the fridge. I left it to marinate for an hour and a half. The longer you leave your chicken to marinate, the nicer it's gonna taste. When you do marinate it, just make sure you get all the seasoning and all the cracks and crevices of the chicken. That way you can ensure that your chicken is gonna taste good through and through. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna set up our workstation. This just makes everything a lot easier and minimizes the mess. So what I normally do is I use a bowl for my egg mixture. I then use another bowl or a plate that I create the batter on. And lastly, I take another plate to put the chicken on. So once it's been dipped in the egg mixture, the flour, I put it on that. But for today, I'm just gonna be using a container cover because that's what I could find. Start by cracking the egg and whisking the egg in a bowl. You can either use a fork or you can use an actual whisk to whisk everything up. I prefer to use a fork, but that's just my preference. So whisk the egg until all the mixture is completely yellow. That's when you know that it's all whisked well, that the yolk and the whites are all one at this stage. If you are making a bigger batch of chicken of say 10 or more pieces, I'd recommend using 2 eggs instead of 1. What you can also do, if you've only got 1 egg at home, add a bit of milk to it just to stretch the mixture, and that will do you just fine. For our batter, I've already weighed out 1 1/4 cups of plain flour. So first I'll start by pouring that into the bowl. I'm trying to minimize the mess. Next, we'll add 2 tablespoons of meat seasoning. That's pretty much what I have left in there, don't worry guys, which is why I haven't weighed it out. Then we're gonna add some mixed herbs. We're gonna add a teaspoon of garlic granules. Same for the paprika. Oh, looks like I'm running low. Actually, no, this is one to come out. A teaspoon of chili powder. It's not very hot, which is why I put quite a bit. We're also gonna add black pepper and some sea salt as well. For the sea salt, I'd only add a very tiny amount because the meat seasoning already has salt in it. Black pepper, I'd add the equivalent to about a teaspoon in it. So once you've added that all in, what you're gonna do is just mix everything in. So now that we have our workstation set up, we're gonna start by taking a piece of chicken, dipping it into the egg. Make sure you flip it over so that it's coated on both sides. Then take that piece of chicken and put it in the batter. Again, flip it over, coat it on both sides, and really just try to get the batter in all the crevices and cracks so that when we fry it, our chicken will be perfectly coated. And then once you've done that, place it on a plate or a tray, whatever you prefer. Once you've done that, you're gonna repeat the process until you have enough chicken to fry. Once you're finished coating your chicken in batter, what you need to do next is heat up a frying pan with some vegetable oil. Put about 1/3 just to cover the bottom of the pan. You don't need to put an excessive amount. Heat it to a medium heat so that the chicken will be nice and hot once we put it in. So I'm gonna leave this to preheat for about 3 minutes, and then I will start frying my chicken. Now the oil is hot enough, we're gonna start by putting the chicken into the frying pan. Now honestly, guys, this is actually very dangerous. I feel like I never fried chicken without getting injured somehow or burnt. So carefully place it into the pan. And you know your oil is hot enough when it makes a nice sizzling sound. So we're just gonna repeat that. See what I mean? It's dangerous. I still have a scar from the last time I was burnt. I would also recommend wearing long sleeve when frying chicken, otherwise your hands will get burnt. I could probably squeeze this one inside. I'm going to leave the chicken to fry for 5 minutes before turning it over, so I'll pretty much be alternating it from both sides just to make sure that our chicken thoroughly cooks through. We don't want bloody fried chicken, definitely not. After 5 minutes, turn all your chicken onto the other side. Do be careful because at this point the oil is very hot and I'm sure you don't want to get burnt. Like whilst making this chicken, guys, I got burnt at the lip. I don't know how it happened, but the oil just decided to seek revenge on me. So just be careful and then just leave the chicken to cook for a little bit longer. What you'll do, you'll constantly turn it over just to ensure that the chicken cooks thoroughly. This chicken has been frying for about 20 minutes, so it's almost cooked but not quite there yet. You just need a little bit longer for it to cook all the way through. I'll tell you guys a funny story. So when I was dating my husband, I must have cooked for him. I cooked fried chicken, rice and peas, mac and cheese, so everything looked really, really good. So as we was eating, unfortunately guys, we realized the chicken was not cooked all the way through. So you can imagine how embarrassed I was. I had to put the chicken back in the oven, cook it all the way through. So like I said guys, do not rush it and make sure your chicken is cooked properly, and I will let you know how to do this. So now my chicken is pretty much ready. It's cooked in total for about 30 to 35 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my chicken out. The best way for you to double check that your chicken has cooked all the way through is to take a fork and stick it right through the chicken. If blood does come out, then you'll know that it needs to cook for a little bit longer. But if nothing comes out, then you know you're all good. So take a container, put a paper towel in it just to soak up any excess oil, and then we'll do this until we finish frying all of our chicken. And there you have it guys, that is how you make fried chicken from scratch. I hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget guys to like, comment and subscribe so you can eat your fried chicken with some rice, you can have it with chips, however you want it. Enjoy your fried chicken, but just not too much, not too regular. But don't forget guys to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. If there's anything that you'd like me to make or to share a recipe on, just feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll be back with you guys with Cooking with PK.